They came for her at 8 a.m. Queen Anne Boleyn had been held prisoner at the Tower of London in the Queen's lodgings since her arrest on the 2nd of May 1536. 17 days later, William Kingston, the Tower Constable, arrived to escort the Queen to her execution. The rooms Anne was collected from had been largely rebuilt, especially for her lavish coronation, barely 1,000 days earlier. As Anne left the Queen's lodgings, she would have passed the Jewel House to her right, where her husband, King Henry VIII, had introduced her to the crowns and regalia that were to be used during her coronation. To her left stood the King's Great Hall, where she had once dined lavishly, and where, 4 days earlier, she had been sentenced to death. Smoke would have been billowing from the chimney stacks of the kitchens adjacent to the hall, fires that would rarely be rekindled from this date onwards. As Anne passed through the Cold Harbour Gate, she would have encountered the vast crowd who had gathered to watch her die, before catching a glimpse of the scaffold for the first time. Built exactly to her husband's specifications, the wooden scaffold, draped in black, stood before the north elevation of the White Tower, Anne's final destination. Having addressed the crowd, one of the final things that Anne may have caught a glimpse of were the onion-shaped cupolas on top of the White Tower turrets, installed especially for her coronation. Anne knelt into the straw, and her world fell into darkness as one of her ladies blindfolded her. Her last words, before the swordsman of Calais struck off her head, were, "To Jesus Christ I commend my soul. Lord Jesu, receive my soul."